The Chinese entertainment world stood still when Shu Kai's mother finally broke her silence. For years, fans speculated, whispered, and fought online about the real status of Shu Kai and Tan Songyun's relationship. Were they just co-stars? Secret lovers? Or had something or someone torn them apart? But no one expected the explosive revelations that came directly from someone closest to Shu Kai, his own mother. It all began on a quiet Tuesday afternoon, when a blurry video clip emerged from a private charity gala. Shu Kai's mother, dignified in a soft pink chipao and surrounded by curious reporters, leaned into a microphone and dropped the emotional bombshell. "There are things my son has never been allowed to say." The crowd froze. What did she mean? She didn't stop there. "I watched my son suffer silently. Not just from the betrayal of people he trusted in the industry," she said, her voice trembling slightly, "but from being separated from the only woman who ever truly made him happy." Gasps rippled through the press. She paused and added, "That woman is Tan Songyun." The next few hours were chaos. Social media ignited. Weibo exploded. And what followed was a web of revelations that rewrote everything fans thought they knew. Behind closed doors, the forbidden romance. It turns out that Shu Kai and Tan Songyun weren't just close during their time working together, they were deeply, emotionally involved. According to his mother, they began secretly dating shortly after wrapping their drama You Are My Destiny. Their chemistry on-screen had been undeniable, but what fans didn't know was that their off-screen connection was even more intense. "My son changed," his mother confessed. "He smiled more. He would talk about her for hours. He even started planning a life beyond fame. They wanted to build something real together. But their happiness, it seems, wasn't meant to last." Enter the betrayals. One of the most gut-wrenching parts of her statement revealed how Shu Kai was manipulated and backstabbed by industry insiders. "There are people," she said, "who felt threatened by the bond between my son and Tan Songyun. People who wore masks of friendship but planted seeds of doubt, jealousy, and greed." Rumors suggest that Shu Kai's management at the time saw the relationship as a threat to his brand. They allegedly intervened, warning him that being with Tan Songyun could cost him major roles, endorsement deals, and even international contracts. Shu Kai was devastated, his mother said through tears. But he loved her enough to want her to thrive, even if that meant letting her go. And let her go, he did. But not without consequences. The silent years, heartbreak and disconnection. Following their quiet split, fans noticed a shift in both actors. Tan Songyun withdrew from public appearances, often dodging questions about her love life. Shu Kai, on the other hand, plunged into work, sometimes disappearing from social media for weeks. His mother revealed that during those silent years, he battled sleepless nights, depression, and moments of self-doubt. "He'd call me and say, 'Mom, did I do the right thing?'" she recalled. But every time her name came up, his voice would crack. The most heartbreaking detail? Despite the distance, they never stopped checking up on each other. Mutual friends would pass along updates, and on birthdays, they'd leave anonymous gifts. Shu Kai once sent a hand-painted music box to Tan, one that played their favorite song from the drama they starred in together. But the industry wasn't done with them yet. The leaked letters and the contract. In a shocking twist, days after his mother's interview, an anonymous source leaked what appeared to be a confidential non-disclosure contract signed by Shu Kai's agency. The contract allegedly included a clause barring him from openly discussing unauthorized relationships, and even specifically mentioned Tan Songyun by name. Even more shocking, a series of handwritten letters, allegedly exchanged between Shu Kai and Tan Songyun during their secret romance, were leaked online. One letter from Shu Kai read, "If we were born in a world that cared less about headlines and more about hearts, I would have married you already." Another from Tan Songyun simply said, "Promise me we'll find each other again when the cameras stop rolling." These letters were quickly removed from public platforms, but not before fans screenshot and circulated them, sparking a digital frenzy. The fan divide, war or redemption? Reactions were mixed. Some fans were furious, blaming Shu Kai's management and calling for legal action against those who forced the breakup. Others questioned whether the whole thing was a publicity stunt. But one thing was clear, the emotional toll on both actors was very, very real. In a recent livestream, Tan Songyun was seen wiping away tears when a fan asked if she had ever truly been in love. She didn't answer directly. But after a long pause, she whispered, "Some stories aren't over. They're just waiting for the right time." Hope. Following the whirlwind of confessions, Shu Kai has remained publicly silent. His agency has not released an official statement. However, sources close to him say that he's been spending more time with his family and recently cancelled 2 international projects. Insiders hint that he's preparing to take back control of his career, and possibly his heart. His mother ended her emotional interview with a powerful statement. "I've kept quiet for long enough. It's time people know that my son's greatest betrayal wasn't from love, it was from a system that treats hearts like contracts and relationships like liabilities." Her words hit hard. Behind the scenes, rumors swirl that Shu Kai has recently reached out to Tan Songyun again. One source spotted the two together at a discreet tea house outside Beijing. No photos were taken, but witnesses described the moment as intensely emotional. "They didn't talk like exes," one onlooker said. "They talked like people who still had something left unsaid." The road ahead. The story is still unfolding. But what's certain is this: Shu Kai and Tan Songyun's tale is no longer just a fan fantasy, it's a tragic, beautiful, and very real love story shaped by fame, fear, and the fierce grip of an unforgiving industry. Fans now wait, holding their breath, wondering if love can truly conquer the scars left by betrayal and silence. Will they find their way back to each other? Or has the damage already been done? One thing's for sure, Shu Kai's mother has started a storm that cannot be silenced. And in that storm, maybe, just maybe, the truth will finally set them free. Just when the dust began to settle from her first bombshell interview, Shu Kai's mother stunned the world again, this time, with even more gripping, soul-bearing details that fans were not prepared for. A new, exclusive sit-down interview aired on a private streaming platform late last night, and within minutes, the hashtag #ShuKaiMotherSpeaksAgain soared to #1 on Weibo. Her voice was soft, but her words pierced like glass. "You all think you know Shu Kai," she began, holding a delicate fan in her lap, "but the Shu Kai the world sees is the version shaped by fear, loyalty, and contracts. The real Shu Kai? He still carries her photo in his wallet." She meant Tan Songyun. And just like that, a new wave of emotional chaos erupted across fandoms. According to Shu Kai's mother, one particular night broke her as a parent. It happened in late 2023, during a period when Shu Kai was juggling 2 drama shoots and negotiating a brand deal with a luxury fashion house. "He came home late," she recalled, her voice cracking. "I found him sitting on the floor of his room, surrounded by photographs of him and Tan Songyun. Not from press shoots, real photos. Candid ones. Ones I never even knew existed. One photo," she said, showed Tan asleep on Shu Kai's shoulder during a road trip. Another was taken during a rare snowstorm in Hangzhou, the two of them bundled in scarves, laughing. "I asked him what he was doing," she continued, wiping a tear. "He said, 'I'm choosing between the life I want and the life I'm allowed to have.'" That night, Shu Kai reportedly called Tan Songyun. What was said during that call remains a mystery, but sources close to the couple claim Tan cried for nearly an hour afterward. In a heartbreaking twist, Shu Kai's mother revealed that she discovered a hidden wooden box in her son's closet in early 2024. Inside were dozens of handwritten letters, addressed but never sent. She read one aloud during the interview. "I see you in every role I play. Even when you're not beside me, you're the silence between my lines, the pause before every smile. I wonder, do you still think of me when the cameras stop?" Another read. "I'm sorry for choosing the world over us. But if fate brings us to the same path again, I won't walk away this time." Fans were left reeling. Why hadn't he sent them? Why didn't Tan Songyun know? But maybe, she did. New reports have emerged of Shu Kai and Tan Songyun being spotted together in multiple private settings, always far from the flashing cameras. One particularly dramatic sighting was in the mountains of Dali, where a local innkeeper claimed the two rented out an entire villa for 2 nights under different names. They arrived separately, the innkeeper said. But when they were together, It was like watching two people finally breathe after holding their breath for too long. They were reportedly seen walking by the lake at sunrise, Tan resting her head on Shu Kai's shoulder while he hummed softly to her. He wore a black beanie. She clutched a red scarf. No staff. No security. Just them, like time had rewound. These reports haven't been confirmed by either of their teams, but fans believe the emotional weight behind them is too specific to be fake. In a chilling twist, Shu Kai's mother named a specific former executive from his agency whom she believes orchestrated the breakup. "I won't say his name on air," she said bitterly. "But he knows what he did. He manipulated press leaks, ghosted Tan's team, and even sabotaged projects they were meant to do together." According to her, Tan Songyun was offered a role alongside Shu Kai in a major film in 2022. But when she accepted, the offer was mysteriously rescinded, citing creative differences. Months later, a lesser-known actress from the same agency replaced her. "The goal was always to break them," she said. "Because love like theirs doesn't sell headlines, it threatens power." As the interview reached its climax, the host asked her the question fans had been screaming for: "Do you believe they still love each other?" Her answer was simple, yet devastatingly powerful. "I don't believe it. I know it." She then looked directly into the camera. "If my son is watching this, and I know he is, I want to say this: it's never too late. You've built your empire. You've kept your silence. But you deserve happiness, not just fame. If she still holds a place in your heart, find her. Fight for her." And with that, she stood, adjusted her chipao, and walked off the set, leaving the world stunned. Hours after the interview aired, Tan Songyun posted a single cherry blossom photo on her Weibo. No caption. No hashtags. Just a soft, lone flower drifting in the wind. Fans think it's a message. "Cherry blossoms were always their symbol," one fan wrote. "It's how they met. During that first table read, a petal fell into his tea, and she laughed. He said, 'That's our good luck now.' Is she inviting him back?" One thing is clear: Shu Kai's mother has pulled back the curtain on a love story the world wasn't supposed to know. A story of stolen moments, forced silences, and a bond that refused to fade. Now, it's up to them. The fans are waiting. The world is watching. And perhaps, somewhere in the quiet, Shu Kai is dialing her number right now. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and comment your thoughts. Do you believe Shu Kai and Tan Songyun still have a chance at love? Could they finally reunite after everything? Hit that subscribe button for part 2 because this story is far from over.